What is up, everyone? It's Gage here. Welcome to you, Buck That. And today we're here to reminisce about a former short-lived Buccaneer legend, Ryan Fitzpatrick, nickname Fitzmagic. And guys, I found myself feeling a little sad, man. I was kind of hoping. I feel like his career should end on a better note instead of getting pretty injured during the Commanders. He got hurt during that game in the. I forget how he got. What was his exact injury? But yeah, he played one game and that was it. He finished short of 35,000 yards. He would need like another a little over 100 yards to hit that, and he ends with over 34,000 yards and 900 yards, I believe. Wow. Ryan Fitzpatrick. Definitely one of my favorite backups. Obviously, non-emotional speaking, the best backup would be Nick Foles because he won the Super Bowl in the place of Carson Wentz. But Ryan Fitzpatrick is my favorite, man. Came in the game after James Winston got suspended. I actually don't know too much of the details of the suspension, but anyway, came that game against the Saints, a tight game. For over 400 yards, 4 TDs, and run for one also. So over 5 touchdowns. So like total of 5 touchdowns and no picks. That's impressive. It happened again. I think it was like another over 400 yards and 3 TDs. I don't know exact details of the other games he played in, but man, that one game against the Saints, man, freaking go long to Deshaun Jackson touchdown. I didn't get to see it personally because it's before I was a Bucs fan, but I'm sure you guys remember that game. And I'm gonna miss Fitzpatrick. I remember seeing him in Miami also. Dude's crazy good, and man, Ryan Fitzpatrick definitely wasn't a great starter, but when he did play as a backup, man, damn, he was outstanding. And he is the first quarterback in history to start for 9 different teams in his career, which is pretty impressive. Man, I thought the dude was going to try to start for every NFL team, man. I tell you, man. I remember watching before he was a Buck. I remember seeing him with the Jets. Got into 10-6 record. They haven't had like that kind of record since they went to the playoffs, or I think it was a championship game with Mark Sanchez back in 2009. So Ryan Fitzpatrick ended their streak with above 500 after 5 or 6 years after their last playoff run. And I think the Jets should have went to the playoffs, bro. Fitzpatrick did great, but I was wrong. I thought it was mostly him that did the work, but their defense, they had top 10 defense under Todd Bowles. So Todd Bowles wasn't as bad of a coach as everyone said he was. He was good. But, Ryan Fitzpatrick wasn't the dude, and then he had to deal with other quarterbacks that weren't exactly great, so he was kind of in a rough spot. So I think after seeing that, it gave me a new perspective for Todd Bowles, man. He could literally do that for defense. Their defense are top 10. I bet he could turn into a top 5. But anyway, this is about Fitzpatrick. Fitzmagic. And honestly, a lot of people disagree with me, calling him a legend. I'm not saying he's a legend like a NFL Hall of Famer or anything, but in his own right, he's kind of is. Backup quarterback, a 7th round pick. No one had high expectations of him. He definitely had some sort of potential where he would have been drafted. But considering kind of road he went, no one expected him to play more than maybe 3 or 4, maybe 2 or 3 years, maybe 4 years, maybe play out his rookie contract, and do that. 17 years in the league, and started for 9 different teams. Played 2 years to Tampa. Love it. That's really when he came Fitzmagic. He was starting to get the flare back in the New York Jets, but it really came in Tampa. And let me tell you something. He probably was one of our better quarterbacks. I was never a big fan of James Winston. I just never cared about his play. I'm just saying, Ito's wins. I'm like, dude, what the hell are you doing, bro? Why would you do I remember seeing that highlight when he was doing that, and I remember the players were like, "What the fuck are you doing, bro? That is just weird. That's not even inspirational, bro. That's just weird as hell, bro." So if someone says eat those wins, it's like, hey, man, I'm not into that. You know what I mean? I get the passion because it's for the game, but dude, that's just weird as hell. So, so before Tom, Fitzpatrick was one of our better quarterbacks since like fucking Brad Johnson. Brad Johnson, I consider him a franchise QB. He won us our first Super Bowl, and he was with us for 4 years. And the only team he really had a good footing in, I would say, was like Minnesota Vikings, because he was there for like 5 years or 5 or 6 years. He was doing good. He just got injured a lot. So Brad and Tom Brady, we already knew we were gonna have him. It's a debate between if he's considered a franchise quarterback for the Bucs or not. But I like to think Brad Johnson and Tom Brady are franchise QBs because they won us their Super Bowls and they've been with us for more than 2 years. Tom is a little bit of a stretch because obviously we already knew what we were going to get out of him. Dude's won more Super Bowls than any NFL franchise, so we kind of knew what we were getting out of Tom. We kind of knew. So I would love to consider him franchise quarterback, but like I say, Brad Johnson holds that candle because Brad Johnson didn't have that kind of expectations coming in. His first year, he won Super Bowl. So yeah, I gotta go Brad Johnson here. We end up talking about the quarterbacks, but yeah. But anyway, Fitzpatrick, if you're listening to this and you found this podcast, I just want to thank you. It's been an honor watching you play for the Bucs and many teams. I caught that Miami game when you threw that touchdown, bro. I was crazy. Dude, you were like, dude, I couldn't have threw that, man. There's no way. And that was crazy. So Fitzpatrick, you may not have been the best quarterback, but you definitely weren't the worst, man. You were right in the middle, bro. You had that but you're more than the average quarterback. You had that little flair, that magic, Fitzmagic. Like, he's kind of backup you want. And it's kind of hard because you really don't know what you're going to have Fitzpatrick, but he can help you in 2 to 3 games. And you were the perfect backup, my man. You were the best backup next to Nick Foles. So thank you, and thank you for entertaining us with all your play, bro. It was honors. I didn't get to watch you personally with Tampa, but I'm glad I consider you a Buck. And here, I would love someday. I'm hoping to get your jersey back here. I'm hoping in like a couple weeks I can get Brad Johnson's jersey back here. I did have a frame, but it broke. It was a kind of cheap one, so I gotta get a new one. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and comment what your favorite memory of Fitzpatrick is with Tampa. I would love to know. And tell me if you would still consider, if you think Ryan Fitzpatrick's a legend, because a lot of people are debating me about this. I'm not saying he's a Hall of Famer, like a legend, but he's the kind of guy you don't forget. Like, what he did, you don't forget about that. So I consider him one of the Bucs legends. Maybe not high up like Derek Brooks or even Sapp. None of our Hall of Famers. But he's a guy. He's one of those team guys you remember. It's like, wow, that dude's special. Now a lot of people are not gonna remember him, but anyway, guys, yeah, like I said, like and subscribe, and I hope you bucked that.